Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to see this. Welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. Hey guys, welcome back. The phrase life imitates art has never rung truer than in an eerily prophetic 1958 episode of the TV Western Trackdown. It was a series that played, you guys, on CBS in the 1950s. Now, this particular episode that I'm fixing to bring to you right now is real. It absolutely is real. It just blew my mind. Do you guys remember when I brought you the video of the 1900s, the last president, and there were so many people that came on, tried to tell you and I that that wasn't a real book. It couldn't have been. Predictive programming isn't real. Well, let's discuss it.
That's a good humorous segue to this, which is getting a lot of attention online.
I don't even know how you guys dug this up.
I know. It's a Western TV show from the 1950s. It was called Trackdown.
Right.
And it aired on CBS.
I know.
Right? And it features, this is true, it features a con man, and the con man's name is Trump. And that con man tries to justify building a wall.
True.
I am the only one. Just me. I can build a wall around your homes that nothing will penetrate.
What do we do? How do we save ourselves?
You ask, how do you build that wall? You ask, and I'm here to tell you.
You're a liar, Trump.
What?
Like, even the I am the only one, which we heard in the campaign speeches, you know, the president speak like that. I'm the only one that can take care of this problem.
That was the moment when I thought, this isn't real.
Right.
What isn't? 2018 or the
this
show?
In the newsletter. Now, I'm watching this whole clip going, oh, this is crazy. And then he gets to the point where I am the only one. It's just me. And I thought, okay, I don't know. This is some kind of digital satire.
Yeah.
The con man is called Trump, and he says, you need a wall to save your lives, and only I can build it. And by the way, the sheriff of this town, who's the hero of the episode, the last line of the episode is, you're under arrest, Trump. So we're watching this thinking, this is not real. We can't include this. But we're curious enough to find out how much of it is real. The whole thing is real. It aired in 1958.
Yeah.
A con man called Trump tries to persuade people in a town that there is a meteor shower coming. The only protection is a wall that only he can build. I mean, no matter what you think about President Trump.
And let me tell you guys what I found when I was researching this. NASA just came out like a few days ago and said, guess what? There are meteorites heading for Earth.
Trump's wall.
Other than you're under arrest.
It's crazy.
Does the wall work? Does the wall work?
The whole thing is, he's a con man. The whole thing is crazy, and the sheriff sees through it. And the sheriff goes through all the various stages of frustration of, well, we can't arrest him. Can you prove that there's not a meteor shower coming? Can you prove that this guy can't build a magic wall? And only at the end does he uncover evidence that the guy is a con man.
They have South Park and The Simpsons beat.
I know.
South Park and The Simpsons always seem to predict
I just want to, for our viewers who, and there's always going to be people out there who are going to think what you thought, this can't be real. Yeah. CBS did confirm that this was a real episode that aired on the network May 9th, 1958. It was written by the late John Robinson, who's credited on 18 episodes of the series Trackdown.
More than 60 years ago.
Out of curiosity, how many of you remember this? If you're that old, how many of you remember this? It says, in this 1958 episode from the Western TV series Trackdown, a con man named Trump comes to town and warns the people that the world will be destroyed and that only he can save them by building a wall. And it's located in Texas. I'm not lying. Oh my gosh. This is insane.
Got a name?
Trump.
That fits. I bring you a message. A message of great importance. Without my help and knowledge, every one of you will be dead.
Sheriff, how long are you going to put up with this? What do you mean? How long are you going to let this con man walk around town? Be careful, son. I can sue you.
How about it, Sheriff? When are you going to put the lid on?
What for?
Well, stealing is stealing, whether you do it with a gun or a mouthful of mealy words.
I don't intend to sit here and be insulted, Sheriff. If your people don't want my help, I can go elsewhere.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Trump. You don't talk for the rest of us.
Since the sheriff wouldn't stop Trump, Hobie had to find somebody who would. Sheriff Chet Farrow was the gun law in Talpa, and Judge Clement was the book law.
You hear about Trump?
Yes, sir. What are you going to do about him?
What do you want me to do?
Stop him
From what?
from taking the town.
Can you prove that that's what he has in mind?
Well, it's obvious.
But can you prove it? In order to arrest him, the sheriff has to have a charge. And Trump hasn't given him a thing to go on.
Well, there's got to be some way to stop him.
Well, if there is, I don't know it. It's a funny thing.
Sir?
When we were kids, we were all afraid of the dark. And we grew up, and we weren't afraid anymore, but it's funny how a big lie can make us all kids again.
Hobie had checked the town. The people were ready to believe. Like sheep, they ran toward the slaughterhouse. And waiting for them was the high priest of fraud.
I am the only one. Just me. I can build a wall around your homes that nothing will penetrate.
What do we do? How do we save ourselves?
You ask, how do you build that wall? You ask, and I'm here to tell you.
You're a liar, Trump. Aren't you going to stay for the fireworks?
I've done all I can for Talpa.
Figure it's time for me to be moving on. Well, I think you ought to wait.
It's where you and I disagree.
You're under arrest, Trump.
What charge?
Well, you write it any way you like. Grand theft, fraud, I think a jury will find it stealing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't even know what to say. Now, this is my original video from the 1896 book, which claims Trump is going to be the last president of the Republic. This is the part where he's talking about in the book how they're going to change the money. The crowd and their anguish, that ruin, black ruin, stared them in the face if this news from Washington should prove true. So he's basically saying in this book that the first executive order of this president, and in this book, right, would be to actually back the United States dollar with gold or silver, making it an actual weighted currency, ending the New World Order, going over to a digital currency. Because our paper, money's worthless. It's not backed by anything anymore. Could you imagine if Trump did this? What Wall Street, what happened there? Could you imagine how quickly the rich would lose their wealth? Let that sink in, folks. The first act to pass both houses and receive the signature of the president was an act repealing the Act of 1873 and opening the mint of the United States to the free coinage of silver at the ratio of 16:1 with gold, and establishing branch mint in the cities of Denver, Omaha, Chicago, Kansas City, Spokane, Los Angeles, Charleston, and Mobile. The announcement that reparation had thus been made to the people for the crime of 1873 was received with loud cheering on the floors and in the galleries of both houses. And the great North heard these cheers and trembled. "We are the people," wrote the president. "We the people," says my shirt, right? So I will put all this in the description for you guys to go look, but look what I just found. Trump unveils plan to make U.S. a Bitcoin superpower as crypto adoption surges. This was written a week ago. The United States is positioning itself to become a global leader in Bitcoin and digital assets. As President Trump unveils an ambitious plan to expand the country's crypto infrastructure and regulatory framework. Speaking at the American Business Forum in Miami, Florida, he declared that the federal government would no longer wage war on crypto. It says, in July, Congress passed the Genesis Act, a comprehensive stablecoin framework that sets clear guidelines for issuers and institutions. The act aims to ensure that stable coins remain transparent and fully compliant with existing banking and securities regulations. Meanwhile, the Clarity Act, focused on crypto market structure, is progressing through the Senate. Predictive programming, Illuminati, Luciferian. Did you notice the black and white robe of Trump in the 1950s Western? That's Masonic.
About spiritual warfare and into the students.
What in the world is going on? I totally understand how this is going to be a very polarizing video and topic, but I just can't anymore. It's just too much. And please just hear my heart in this video. Please just hear me out before you freak out and make a judgment. But I'm not sure about you guys, but I have yet to see once these eyes actually shed a tear. I mean, you can pat your eye all you want right here, but I have yet to actually see tears come from these eyes. But now with that being said, I think we can all agree, at the very least, that something fishy is going on with this situation, this op. And something I just want to get off my heart here to you guys, as a Christian, right, as a believer in Jesus Christ, how this op has been absolutely insane for the church. I mean, it really has, because right here, just my heart to you guys, take it or leave it, from love, okay? You don't have to agree with what I'm going to say here, but I just need to speak it out there. I felt gaslit when it first happened, everything went down, because I'm not sure if you guys remember when Erica spoke the first time about this. She did that like YouTube video or whatever live, and I got the creepiest feeling from that speech that she was talking, that she was giving. And it was like 2 days after the event, after, September 10th, and everything was still kind of very confusing. There was, the dust didn't settle yet, not sure what's going on. A lot of just information out there, not like just complete confusion, right? And I wasn't sure what to believe in everything, it just seemed very confusing. But then to watch that interview, or not, it wasn't an interview, it was like her just giving a speech or a word about where she was.
And where she was going, right? She is the storm, the widow. This is all part of it. Nikola Tesla and the Baron Trump time travel mystery. Throughout history, Nikola Tesla has remained one of the most fascinating and misunderstood inventors. He was a visionary who imagined wireless energy, global communication, and even technologies that were hundreds of years ahead of his time. There is a belief that he had a time machine. One of the most unique stories are those that tie Tesla's secret research to time travel, government experiments, and even the Trump family. At the center of all of this is the idea of chronofrequencies, a supposed pathway to bending time. All right, so there is a belief that Donald Trump, his uncle, was there. This is Donald Trump's uncle, John Trump. These are real pictures. These are real people. This is MIT, 1949. When Tesla died alone in New York in 1943, his personal trunks, manuscripts, and devices were immediately seized by the U.S. Office of Alien Property. Fearing that his research might contain military secrets, the government ordered a full review. The task was assigned to none other than John G. Trump, an MIT professor and uncle of Donald Trump. You can have your own opinion. That's fine. If you know anything about CERN being turned on, about how we aren't remembering things in our timeline like we're supposed to be anymore, right? What is going on? That's too many coincidences, friends. There's a book about the last president written in like 1898 or 97, and it's about Trump. And then there's a movie that somehow I didn't hear about till just now from one of my subscribers saying, oh my gosh, I just saw a video, a black and white Western from 1958 about Donald Trump building a wall in Texas. Remember what Erica Kirk said? There are no coincidences. There are them, they, and then there is us, you and me. Please make sure to pick up your book, Growing Under a Poisoned Sky. I will also make sure to tag the book, The Last President, so you make sure you get the right one in this. This is mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing. Come on, Jesus. All I can say is stay in your Bibles, friends. Stay in your Bibles. Please like this video. Hype it. It is time to make this go viral because there's nothing organic about this, friends.